person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe rere, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me once again. Tonight, share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun to today, Mayegun don't come.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dodo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Yes.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Mayegun ti dé.
4,000 jobs and visa will be made available for the youth of Imo State if they vote for Hopeless Uzodinjo, Uzodingba, the Beribe of Owerri. You can easily call him as well the Supreme Court Governor of Owerri. Vote for me and you can go to Europe. There is actually you've been hearing series of tribunal judgments. Abi, the one that they delivered for Kaduna is the most confusing one. PDP is celebrating, APC is celebrating, and both of them are appealing the court judgment. Ridiculous.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú.
Kolu is still missing, by the way.
Mayegun máa wí.
It's been 8 days.
Mayegun ti dé.
He left New York 8 days ago.
Mayegun ti dé.
We haven't heard from him since then.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé o. Ẹ kúlé o. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun and it is live. If you are watching live, by the way, because you can watch replay later, or you may be watching a replay after this. It doesn't matter. The message therein is this. Take a moment. If you have done that already, that's great too. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the body, which is the description of the broadcast. That will bring you into the discussion. From that moment, you'll be able to key in and possibly even call in. Therefore, let us start from the header. Yesterday, there was this media paparazzi everywhere. Kilo shele go. What is going on? We decided to take a look And it was Hopeless Uzodingba, Hopeless Uzodinjo of Owerri, the father of the Buhari Shukus, the Ngozi Harris, the Nneka Harris, the Supreme Court governor of Owerri, the man that became the bridge for the northern terrorists that invaded the eastern part of Nigeria, that later metamorphosed into, the politically armed terror group called Unknown Gunmen in eastern Nigeria, is the embodiment of what we can say for the fact that evil, Hopeless Uzodingba, the former 419er. However, what was he doing? He was carrying all of his Buhari Shukus, Ngozi Harris, Nneka Harris. He was carrying them trabaye. Guess what? They carry them handicap. They are going to have election in November. And that election, among other off-election season elections, okay, Imo State will need to go to the poll again. The last time they went to the poll, the current man that brought terror to Imo State and the entire eastern Nigeria, he has never been held responsible. However, this man who brought the terror to the eastern Nigeria, Hopeless Uzodinjo, he was also contesting. After the election 4 years ago, Hopeless Uzodingba came fourth in the overall election. Then he went to court, struck a deal with Bokwari, probably a deal that later proved to the rest of the Igbos in eastern Nigeria of what they are now calling unknown gunmen, okay, that they brought in. Probably, but that was the deal. The deal was to kill every young person that opposes any of Bokwari's policy, terrorist policies. Policies of, you need to learn how to live with your killers. Take them in. If you can't take them in, you are the problem. They will continue to kill you if you don't give them your land. Those were the policies of Bokwari, especially for the rest of southern Nigeria. Hopeless Uzodinjo signed that, and he was rewarded with it. Supreme Court governor that came forth in an election was declared winner by the Supreme Court. That was the beginning of the trauma, of the terrorism, of the insecurity in eastern Nigeria. I know a lot of you will likely kind of probably want to play a smart one. You are not smart. There was never a single act of terrorism or violence in eastern part of Nigeria. I mean, throughout the time that IPOB were preaching their breakup messages, there was no violence anywhere. No single one, until the day Hopeless Uzodingba became the governor of Owerri. The rest is history. Today, the young people who disagrees politically with Hopeless Uzodingba, they are easily tagged IPOB, ESN, and their lives were on the line. These are part of the state-sponsored genocide, state-sponsored terrorism, state-sponsored ethnic cleansing that I have been shouting and talking about on this platform for years now. That guy is a main suspect. Hold him. And the terrorism in eastern Nigeria will disappear just the same way they came. What was he doing with the youth of Imo State now, where most part of the state have either been bombed by the military or they have been ransacked, destroyed by their own unknown gunmen, as they say? Now, suddenly, he seemed to care about the youth of Imo State. And that is a shocker. So I was interested. What was he doing? He was training the Igbo youth, the Imo State youth, 15,000 of them. He was training them on digital marketing. Teaching them digital marketing. Okay? Imo State today is one of the states with the highest number of unemployment in eastern Nigeria. In fact, they kind of believe that the top job in Imo State today is to join politics. After that, go into hotel business. And you know the rest, Abi? Youth unemployment in Imo State is staggering because every economic activity that was supposed to be invested in, the act of political brigandage, terrorism that has sustained them for a while, have kind of destroyed most of them. Now he wanted to remain. He wanted to have a chart. And now he has a plan for the youth of Imo State. Now he has a plan, and what is the plan? Wait for it. Listen, guys, we know all of you want to leave Nigeria. Okay? But before you leave Nigeria, I want you to vote for me for the second term. I have already discussed with my friends in the European Union that they will give you visa. 4,000 of you, after this training, 4,000 of you will receive visa, an automatic job in European countries. But in November, make sure you vote for me first. Ridiculous, you will say. It's even worse when you listen to him say it directly, like this.
Let me tell you something. I have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill, which our youth will also learn. And by December this year, 4,000 Imo youth will be employed in Europe. And once the employment letter comes, the governor will pay for your 8 tickets. Let me tell you something.
Did you see that? Their governor is promising them, if they vote for him in November, by December, employment letter will come from companies from Europe. And he will pay for their air tickets. They should go to Europe and work. And it is a campaign. Did you see how the Dumbos were screaming? Some of those idiots you saw in that place, conditioned idiots, they are also on social media. At least, more than 80% of them in that gathering believed him. They believed him. A month to election, somebody who has been bombing them, somebody who has been ransacking their villages, destroying their businesses, taking over their land and sending soldiers to them, calling them supporters, promoters of IPOB, they are this, they are that, and then destroying their villages, destroying their communities, arresting them at random, check and all of that, and making them disappear for 4 years, a month to election. He will actually want 4,000 of them to disappear if he meant it, which he didn't mean. So you see those young people there, as you have that fraction of idiots there who are shouting, "Hey, hey, hey!" That same strong mind of believing criminals like that. Imagine having that number, because that is just a little fractional. The ones you saw in that video. to represent the percentage of idiots in Imo State, okay? And they go fight you with everything. They will fight you and say, you don't know what you are talking about. Do you know how many things he has created? Do you know how many jobs? Do you know how many this and that? But when you go to those places, you begin to say, now who caused these people? Now imagine that number of idiots in Imo State. Now put them in 36 places and tell me that you don't have a problem on your hands. Every part of Nigeria have those kind of idiots, young people who are the victims of this misgovernance, bad government, insecurity, unemployment, and all this poverty. Young people are the people who are suffering most too. Now them, their parents, could no longer cater for. And therefore, they couldn't go to school anymore, right? They have nobody to, they have, their second names are not the popular names that can easily get them jobs. So when they are talking about poor people, poverty, now young people, they suffer the most too. But they are also the conditional idiots that will listen to these scammers called leaders. They will listen to them every 4 years. And they will keep hoping that maybe one of these days, they will do exactly what they promised to do. Conditional idiots. I think they call it Iberibe. Hopeless Uzodegba. Let me show you a part. Somebody share a clip. I've been looking for something like that, okay? To just show those communities in Imo State where hopeless Uzodegba sent Nigerian soldiers. Because of their land, you send soldiers to go and kill them. And then they turned and they said they killed IPOB and destroyed their camp. Do you understand? That is what their media reported. You see all those people who have had their family members, relatives killed by the Nigerian army in Imo State and across eastern Nigeria. So when you are talking about justice, injustice, these are people who are suffering grave injustice in Nigeria right now. You see those who have suffered that, and when we talk about the Igbos being profiled and being targeted, which is very obvious, Abi. Yes, that is institutional, Abi. I am now talking about those who are actually receiving direct terrorist attack from their own government agency. Killing them, and they cannot come out and fight because when they killed them, they said they killed them because they were IPOB, they were ESN, they carried gun, they killed soldiers. And when you look at those they killed, armless civilians, elderly people, young people in rural communities. And they will never be able to come out and cry and fight and say, soldiers came and they killed us, because nobody will listen to them. Nobody will fight for them because the system is actually the one that is killing them. I don't know if you understand. I'll show you what that looks like. I think the Labour Party candidate recorded this, but I just want to show you the visual. Take a look.
Protectors of life, not to destroy lives. The essence of governance is to protect lives and property. Come on, this is wrong. This shouldn't happen at all. Sometimes you lead by example. This is wrong. Very, very wrong. In the midst of all the hunger, all the poverty, all the suffering, where did they start from? Tell me, where would these people start from? These people, they are not guilty of killing these soldiers. So what is their crime? The police should do their work of investigation and fish out the killers. They have helicopters, they have drones, they have information. Let them activate it and get the culprits and leave innocent people alone. My government, this can never happen. We'll have vigilante in every local government in the country. We equip police. Look at that place, except the opposite where these men were killed. It's the land I bought for to rebuild the Imembano police station. Let me go and show you people the area command that was damaged that I rebuilt. It was dynamited, destroyed. So I repaired 9 APC so that these men will not be killed. Like Allah will be protected. Up till now, the Commissioner of Police has not been able to deliver them to me. I spent 100 million of my hard-earned money. I don't have any security vote. I've been supporting police and civil defense and military over the years, the DSS, providing them with vehicles. This is political. They want to make a member not ungovernable because I'm from here. It's just politics. This is politics, nothing else. These people are innocent, so that they will not say that this is the headquarters of IPOB, so that they will descend on us. The president should look into what is happening in Imo State. He shouldn't allow this to be happening. I live in my village. I can't run away for anybody. I'm not going anywhere.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you going to report to when that was actually sanctioned by the highest authority in the land? Who are you going to report to? The governor? Imagine a governor, somebody who came to make life, who is there to make life better for you, and for political reason, going after his own political enemies. So what did they do? They said, it will send memo and say, you know, this particular local government area is the headquarter of IPOB, is the headquarter of ESN. But what did IPOB do? What did ESN do? Did they kidnap anyone? Did they kill anyone? Of course not. But when you look at the innocent people they are killing, and their media are reporting as IPOB, their family members cannot even come out and fight. Because majority of them will just go straight into hiding. That they survived the program. This is an existential injustice that some of you can never imagine, because probably it hasn't happened to you. Your governor will say, this local government is the area of IPOB, and Nigeria military, they will send, They will send bombers, fighter jets over civilian communities, and they will start bombing them, killing them. And the media will report the hideout of IPOB were destroyed today by the Nigerian army. That media didn't investigate anything though, because the establishment they've already written their own report. They will send it to the media. The media will receive it and say, the military carried out an operation at Umbano local government, at this social community. The rest of it, you can't come out and say, look at what they did to us. And that is why when somebody said that, the culpability of the rogues who are ruling the eastern Nigeria is the reason why the Igbos are still suffering under what you can call an apartheid regime, which is in Nigeria. Apartheid. You know, apartheid regime is the kind of that we say you are all in the same country, but guess what? All animals are never going to be equal. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. Apartheid country, that is what Nigeria is. If you are an Igbo man, you should know this better. See how much of, for those who strongly believe in Nigeria, who are Igbos, and through these charlatans and criminals like this hopeless Uzotingba, they continue to have an excuse of why they believe in Nigeria. So therefore, everywhere you go, when you do business, when you do anything, you are trying to do something what they call pick me, pick me. I'm a better Igbo. I'm an Igbo that loves Nigeria. I am an Igbo that doesn't believe in Biafra. You can trust me. Look at me. My own Igbo is different. Why? Nigeria don't give a shit about you. The system doesn't give a shit about you. Just like it doesn't give a shit about everyone. Oh. Whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, we know that. Oh. But this particular one, as an Igbo man, even as an elite, you are living in an apartheid regime, which is what Nigeria is. So, as hopeless as this might sound, it is not completely hopeless. I kind of believe that it's not completely hopeless. A lot of people who are Igbos of Igbo extraction, they are now kind of realizing what Nigeria truly means to them. They can't sit on the same chair with other Nigerians and begin to say, what does Nigeria mean to you? What is Nigeria to you? And they ask all of us that question, Igbo man, Yoruba man, Hausa woman, a Fulani woman, this one, that one, and they begin to ask them what Nigeria means to them. So many Igbos are beginning to understand what Nigeria means to them. So they are now reconsidering their strong belief in this fraudulent contraption that has different rules for different people. One rule for them, the others for others in the same country. So it's not completely hopeless when we look at this. The youth of Imo State, they are not different from the youth of Ogun State. The youth of Imo State, they are not different from the youth of Lagos State. There was this video online. It was an argument around kind of politics or so. And I think it involved, or maybe Davido sort of delved into it. And then the young man that was kind of sort of fighting, or should I say exchanging tweets with Davido, they seem to come from the same place, Osun State. So every time you heard Mayegun talk about Oshogbo Alimajiri, I am talking about the Buhari idiots, the Agbadorians, who are also from my own ethnic nationality, Yoruba land. I'm not proud of them, but they are also from my own blood and my own brothers too. So to differentiate, to separate the wheat from the chaff, I gave them that name because I know the headquarters of the Wiris that will lick asses, that will chase crumbs, and if they have to even disown their parent or even kill their parent for it, for that crumb, they will be willingly and gladly do it. They are very happy slaves. Oshogbo Alimajiri. So the conversation was happening between this Davido and this guy. And then at a point, Davido called him Bingo. You know, something like that. And people were like, firing him, and he was firing back and all that. Then suddenly, when they dropped the video, he wanted to show that he's important too. Yeah, he's a relevant person. And the video was of him and Oletola, the former Osun governor, Tifnumbu's cousin, Igbin Iragbiji. Oletola sat there. This young boy, who called himself Prince, was in that video. And he was telling Oletola his achievement in life. And what were those achievements? Esa, it's me. I am the one that wrote the petition. That petition, online petition against PDP. Esa, I am also the one that is that has been countering the obedient online. I just want you to know, sir. And Oletola sat there, and he was looking at him, and he was kind of smiling, like, attack dog you are. You know what I mean? He was happy to tell the state governor then that, sir, we are your attack dog online, oh. We are the one that is giving PDP what. We are the one that is giving it back to the obedient, oh. We will never give them peace, so we know we are suffering, we are poor, but we are ready to be your happy slaves, sir. They are watching me right now. They call them Banga boys, horrible cretins, or call them horrible cretins, urchins, political jobbers. At the age of 30, these Olori Burukus, that you saw in Owerri, they exist in Ogun, they exist in Lagos, they exist in Katsina. You will find them in Oshogbo, like the guy I mentioned. But you know something is this, and this is actually an indictment on a lot of you older people, elderly people, that will easily just throw that word. You don't kind of hold it back every time you want to tell us that this democracy must survive because you fought for the democracy. Maybe that is what you older people will say. We fought for this democracy. This democracy must not fail. Blah, 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 blah. But Baba, Mama, you should be ashamed of what that democracy you fought for, that some of you died for, some of you went to jail for has now come out to be worse than what you fought against. No be so? I've been a democracy, not delay. Is this still a democracy? Where young people are aspiring to be political jobbers, to be political beggars, to be crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, to those who don't give a damn about their future. At the age of 31, Yakubu Gowon was the president of Nigeria. Richard Akinjide, at the age of 24, was a special advisor to the President Shagari. Do you remember that? Not Shagari, by the way, just the Prime Minister, rather, of the Western Nigeria. And you will see, I wanted to talk about Patu Tommy, rather. Patu Tommy, at the age of 24, a special advisor to the President of the country. Today, majority of those who are in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, their lives have become useless. 24 years of democracy have stolen everything from them. What are they today? They want to be the vuvuzela for politicians. They want to be special advisor to the special advisor to the special advisor to the governor. Not even the special advisor directly. The 30 years old young men and women, they are aspiring to be political propagandists for those who have limited them, and then they are happy slaves to defend their own octogenarian, septuagenarian relics, they call leaders. So it is not completely hopeless in the case of the young people in Eastern Nigeria. If there's something to put on ground and track. Yesterday, we were talking about them starting up a new kind of a vista, opening a new vista, opening up their region, investing in real thing. And the Abia State, you see, people can tell. In Abia State, for 24 years, PDP have been in charge. They were in charge of that state. It's one of the worst states you can meet. I mean, you can probably visit in Nigeria. When I say worse, I actually mean worse. If there's anything that is horrible and terrible than worse, with the potential of that state, Abia, 24 years of horrible people in charge of the lives of millions of people. Until February, when genuine people's movement, you can call it that, no elite inducement or enticement or whatever, they managed to pull it off. The obedient, they elected somebody, Alex Otti, and it's now like that little that candle with that little glowing light, something that is so important in the darkened political world that Nigeria has come to today. Is now like that shining one. It could be blown out, but it seems a lot of people are interested in sustaining it, right? He had his own kind of view of what the Eastern Nigeria should be and when it should start, in his own words here.
So will tell you that government involvement in business is not healthy for business. I say that is not true. I have it on authority that the United States government invests no less than $28.5 to $30 billion every year intervening in agriculture and ensuring food security in the United States. Same is done in energy and, of course, other areas, including transportation. At this point, I want to specially invite everyone seated here to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Abia Industrial and Innovation Park in Owaza. Owaza is in Okwa West local government of Abia State, and this event comes up on Saturday, the 30th of this month by 12 noon. That's in 2 days' time. The park, sitting on over 1,000 hectares of land, will host multiple layers of businesses, including modular refineries, petrochemical and fertilizer plants, and several other chains of enterprises that will take advantage of the oil and gas deposits in Okwa West. It is near to Aba and Port Harcourt cities. A seaport is in the works. An EPZ will also follow. 24-hour power supply is guaranteed, and other components of the larger ecosystem within the community to make businesses work. Already we have secured support of a major stakeholder to build an innovation and incubation center within the park. The facility will train and expose our young minds to the best tools and platforms for their trade. The Innovation and Incubation Center will specially benefit university students, graduates, and startups in several ways. You will get more details from some of our representatives at this summit and at the groundbreaking ceremony on Saturday. My message as I close is simple. Building our region into a prosperous and secure space is our collective obligation. No foreigner will do it for us. Granted, the foreigners will tell you.
Now you hear that? Isn't that promising? That was what he took to the Security and Economic Summit of Eastern Nigeria, which happened yesterday. He wasn't telling them his vision. He was actually telling them it's about to start, and he's inviting them to come and join Abia people in breaking the sword. Turning the sword. Can you compare that with this again?
Let me tell you something. I have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill, which our youth will also learn. And by December this year, 4,000 Imo youths will be employed in Europe. And once the employment letter comes, the governor will pay for your air ticket.
Now, this is not like, me telling you that Alex Otti is going to deliver everything he said or not, okay? Or Hopeless Uzodinjo is not going to deliver what he said or not. I am saying you should just judge the two contexts. For a country that is going through what Nigeria is going through right now, check the two. And then you probably will get the message. And if you don't get it, forget about it. Going forward, do you understand what this man says here? Let me show you something. Oh, hang on. There's actually something I wanted to show you, which is also from that same Abia. They shut down the Abia General Hospital, you know what I mean? Immediately, this guy came in. And that was 3 months or so ago. So I think about 2 days ago, they reopened the place. Let me see if you can just take a look.
Mayegun. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun dayari, Ayébi number one.
Thank you. I thought I should show you that before we go to the next one. So it's kind of looking promising. So it is the Abia people. If you are from Abia State, whatever you feel about Alex Otti, you are right. I know the judge. Oh, in that regard, you see, that's what I told you about Peter Obi. When I see facts, indisputable facts, no amount of how you feel about him can change what is actually factual. But how you feel about him cannot, the facts can also not completely negate how you feel about him. You know what I mean? Like if you are from Anambra State, when Peter Obi was your governor, and you say Peter Obi is this or that, to me, you are right. I'm not in a position to say, shut up your mouth. What do you mean? The person who has right to tell you to shut up should be somebody from Anambra State as well. But when it comes to the output, the end goal and whatever it is, actually facts, that is different too. Emotion don't change facts. All right? And that is the same thing that is going on in Abia State right now. For those who know Abia very well, very, very well, and what godfatherism has done to that place, of course, you would understand why Alex Otti is a superstar. It's like a diamond in the stone. Among stones. Because the people of Abia State, they have been fed with sand, which is terrible governance, for so long. Then whatever he does right now, please don't make it look like they are stupid for actually celebrating him, which is promising. But again, it will be judged when the time is indeed right. But let's take a bit forward. I'm about to poison Tinubu's minister. I know this is tragic. Sure you get. Now, take a look at this lady on your screen. So that is Tinubu's minister for tourism. Okay? And her name is Lola Adejohn. As you are watching this video, from the reports that is currently available in the media, and that it hasn't been refuted, Mrs. Lola Adejohn, she want to poison her. They don't poison her. No idea who or where they poison her. However, the family member that kind of spoke to the media on this said, for the past 4 days now, she has been battling with her life, currently living on a respiratory machine. Respiratory machine. I read them somewhere, but I can tell you. You see that gas? Gas. She is now living on oxygen. Oxygen. Something like that, like machine. Now machine, they monitor her breathing and everything, and monitoring that. And this is actually so serious because who could have the chance of poisoning the minister? Is it food poisoning? Is there some other chemical stuff? But behind the scene, from what we know that they would deny, by the way, right, is the fact that there is trouble in hell right now Kolu is missing. Even though a lot of you don't believe he's missing, okay? But he's been away for 8 days. But right back in Nigeria, within all their circle, for those that have been compensated, those ones, they are now kind of have to leave. It's like walking on a banana peel. Because those who are yet to be compensated, even if it is going to be Oyetiton, Minister Oyetiton, it is still very much like a position. They will take it. They say the level they are targeting themselves right now. Spiritual versus physical. Blackmail versus petition. Backbiting, pelubaba, hair biting. It is like a trouble in part, especially those that felt like they deserved to be the first callers, the first person, the first people to benefit. Majority of them are currently now working more or less like saboteurs, sabotaging those ones that have been compensated. So it's like now there's no oneness anywhere. If you waka anyhow, you go see anyhow. The situation has gotten to the point that people who are supposed to be family working together for the benefit of Nigerians, Baba won't show around you. If it is easier for them to go to the meetings with their own chair, bringing their own chair from their own homes, they will do it too. If they have to ask that, let us do the meeting outside. Can I bring my own microphone to the meeting? Can I bring my own cup of tea? Can I bring this or that? That's the situation. But they said majority of them are they are holding on. You know why they are holding on? They don't know where this dragging of Atifku will lead everybody. There is no peace. It be like a person will do money ritual. You do money ritual. You can't see dead people. You know, feel sleep. And they tell you, say, this money where you thief, you must finish them. You must spend and finish every day. Here you are. You are supposed to be happy. You have a lot of money. You know those Nollywood stories, Abi? You do money ritual. And it's because you want peace of mind. That's why you go and do money ritual. You don't kill somebody now. And the money is there. And you are seeing Anjonu, Alujonu, or you are seeing all these spirits. Please don't kill me. Is there a shift in mental? Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that shift is mental. We will just sit down. Sometimes shift go just come out close. They run. Say, shift. You know that all those Nollywood stories, yeah? That is exactly what it is like now for Tifnumbu. Things don't they change to where they didn't plan. It wasn't planned this way. This is not the plan. This whole thing that is playing out right now was never part of the plan. No way. They didn't prepare for this. Even Atifku right now, Atifku can't be like that monkey that is holding the what do you call it? The balls of a lion. So if you squeeze them, it is no longer about whether it's going to still be your president or not. It is the fact that imagine Nigeria president going to anywhere and everybody is kind of being careful. Tinubu Wale, say Nigeria president is coming, and everybody they say, hey, please pack my laptop, pack my this thing. Let me keep this away, keep my phone away. Say, why? Your Excellency, why do you want to keep your phone away? Say, are you stupid? Don't ask me questions. The Nigeria president is coming in, and make sure that whenever I'm talking to him, please make sure he doesn't put his hand in my pocket. He's a drug dealer, and I want to be very careful around him. Okay? It's okay, sir. Okay, yeah, yes, sir. Nigeria president, how are you? So, how are you, Mr. President? How are you? Say, fine. When did you arrive? I said, no, I didn't arrive. This is my country. I am the prime minister of this place. I said, oh, sorry. I arrived this morning. I am president of Nigeria. Say, oh, you're welcome. We've been expecting you. Please sit down. Sit down, please. How's your journey? So it's great, very lovely. When did you arrive? You get dementia. You know that kind of scenario. Sure you get. Tifnumbu no get. He no get any respect anywhere. No amount of publicity, PR. No amount of whatever they spend. And it seems that Atifku is probably not even really interested in whether your court will do this or not. It is to show the world this guy, Amoda Yekini, Shongolere, Abi Ogunlere, we don't even know. The one we know that we believe we could trace was the Igbin Iragbiji. He is from Iragbiji in Osun. And his name is Amoda Yekini, Shongolere, Abi Ogunlere. We don't know this Tifnumbu in any way. But Tifku said, Emma, worry. You go know him. They are now begging at Tifku. You know, before they knew that their criminal courts in Nigeria, led by criminals, they're going to throw all the evidence away, no wahala. But what is actually going to be coming out from this should answer all questions. And by the time all questions are answered, Tifnubu no go different from, what do you call it? Pablo Escobar to Los Harvard. Do you understand that? Escobar we go Harvard. It be like drug dealer we go Harvard. And he came out as the bagman. He said he's an accountant. Bagman for drug dealers. That's exactly what you're going to see. So every time you see him appear anywhere, apart from them putting up show, because that's what they are doing for him, they will put up shows where people will be like, kind of clapping, laughing, acting, and doing all of that nonsense to make him feel better. Sure, you get, daddy, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm so happy, sir. All those things, to make him feel better. Or anything apart from that, you will never see Tifnubu anywhere. A minister is fighting for her life right now. The news broke. A lot of things have happened, though. Since that time that Kalu has traveled to America. Now he has gone complete incommunicado. Nobody knows where he is. Except when I said he's in France. And everybody said, oh, he's in France. And now that one said, oh, he's in France. But nobody knows where in France. Oh, maybe why is he in France? Oh, he's charging his battery. He's kiniko. You see, speculation. Then breaking news. It be like say something don't happen to Tifnumbu. Hey, people are wishing that Tifnumbu will die so that he can come to Nigeria like they were acting for you during Bokwari's time. They'll keep him away. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. And then you begin to ask, where's Buhari? Where's Buhari? Where is Buhari? Is Buhari dead? Is he dead? Is he not dead? Oh, breaking news. Buhari is dead. Oh, this and that. Hey, tell us what is going on. APC, Egbekegbe, and the rest of all those their slaves, they will be running about. In Jesus' name. Buhari will not die in Jesus' name. Alabamusa. Weary. They didn't know that they were acting for them. Then, when Bokwari is now coming to Nigeria, they will now lay red carpet. They will bring the pipe men. Those ones that will wear kilt, the skirt, they wear the kilt of Scottish kilt, those skirts. They will then be blowing the pipe bag, They will now make him look like he's the returning prince or king. And he's actually returning to the shithole, the poverty capital of the world that he has created. Then everybody will now say, you see, God no go let him die. Enemy wanted Bokwari to die. God will never let him die. These are humbled slaves, sophisticated morons. I am talking about the impoverished, oppressed, suppressed Nigerians. They will be thanking God on behalf of somebody who will go abroad, go get better medical care, better rest. While the rest of them are scampering, struggling, and dying in the hellhole that he has created. Then they will now turn around. Shame! Mayegun, shame! God is bigger than you, Mayegun. Buhari is alive. Shebi, you wanted Buhari to die, ni? It's as if to say the living Bokwari and the dead Bokwari, any of them is actually useful to them. Let's even be honest. Dead Tifnumbu, living Tifnumbu, which of them is beneficial to anybody? Lifeless Bokwari that is bearing the title of President. While they are watching the rest of you being killed like a game inside the game reserve. They don't even they kill animals like that inside the game reserve. The way they are killing you. And you are saying, God damn it, man. So they are acting for you again. Because you know what's going to happen. You are going to begin to speculate. Abit if Nubuti kuni. Abit if Nubuti ni stroke ni. Abit if Nubu don't get kini. They say no if you walk again, no. They say no if you talk again, no. Then the rest of all these Lagos Abobakus, they will come go mental. Someone pay mental, like serious mental. They are going to go kill your mama. If anything happened to Tinubu, the Igbos don't go stay in this place. We know that the Igbos wanted somebody saying won't be your president. He can't rig himself as president. Do the work of president. You disappear. And he don't disappear now. The work of president, they say he doesn't have to be there. Then suddenly, the Weriarai, the shameless you, who cannot sit down and say, which kind of life be this? Somebody will talk saying go hit the ground running. The way they don't disappear. Everywhere don't scatter. We don't even see them. Instead of you to think about that, you go begin to go shoko. So like I said, don't fall for any of that, okay? They're going to play out. Kolu is somewhere in France right now. Let me tell you this. The only thing Tifnubu learned from Bokwari, which Bokwari has already laid the precedence for, okay? Every person who is president of Nigeria can always go anywhere they wanted and spend every time they want anywhere because Bokwari did it. Tifnubu is going to do it. He's already doing it to all of you. Sure you get. However, the reason why his hands are no longer shaking, Shemeka tell you, on video, on camera, much anymore, I'll tell you. He learned something from Bokwari. Bokwari is that Daura, lifeless may God, an hopeless, a redentist, jihadist, a brainless one for that matter, who also happened to be a fanatic, right? The moment all of you brought him back from the dead, and you made him your president of Nigeria, it is like bringing somebody from from the sewage, who have lived in sewage for 30 years. That sewage is not because he had no money or he had no this. It is the sewage of ignorance, especially the one that kind of make him so entitled. He is not ambitious for anything. You all went there to drag him and brought him back. So when you showed him that opulence, 21st century lifestyle, the weary decided to enjoy it to the fullest. He would rather spend out his time in London, hospital, house rest, and the rest of that, while the rest of you are languishing in your shithole, Nigeria. And then you can say whatever you like. It gave no damn about anybody. So what when Tifnubu started suffering his dementia, his tremor, where his hands are shaking, and his his voice are also shaking, sluggish. So what they did then was that, as a private Tifnubu, who had the money anyway, so he was able to get a proper medical worldview that can maintain the degenerating. You see me, I don't talk like a scientist now, They say there are some genes that are in us. When we start getting old, some of these